Let's start first with your boiler. Your boiler is containing water. Yung water na ito, boil natin. Sa boiler, ibo-boil yung water. So, sa ating boiler, makaka-generate ng steam. And the steam will now move to your turbine. Okay, so kapag pumunta na yung gas sa turbine, papaikutin ng steam ang ating mga blades sa loob ng turbine. So ano po magtutulak dun sa blades ng turbine natin? Steam. So, kapag umikot yung turbine natin, this is connected with a generator. Okay? Yung generator po natin na yun, it is electricity from the mechanical energy that your turbine has done. Okay, so after naman gamitin ni turbine yung ating steam, i-release niya po ito papunta ng condenser. And sa condenser, yun pong steam natin, ibabalik niya sa pagiging tubig. Okay? Or condensing condenser, heat rejection. Okay? Then after condenser, pupunta naman po siya sa extraction pump. Niya, then a pump will get that water, pass it to the turbine. Then after your turbine had used it, pass to the condenser. And the condenser, babawin niya po itong pabalik ng tubig. And po po, kung paano gumagana yung steam power plants and how does this steam power plants generate electricity? Can you reaction to if nasundan or nakuha? So they repeat it po. Try to repeat it para mas malinaw. Again, everything starts with your boiler. Okay, sa boiler natin, may laman po itong tubig. Pag may laman itong tubig, iipon natin or ipinoil, makakreate tayo ng steam. And the steam will now move papunta po ng turbine. Okay? Yung turbine natin, may mga blades po ito. Okay? So yung blades natin, itutulak siya ng steam para umikot. So pag umikot yung turbine natin, it is connected with a generator. So this generator translates mechanical energy to electrical energy. Okay? So nakaka-create na ng electricity sa turbine. Kasi po, connected siya sa generator. After your turbine had used your steam, pupunta po siya ng condenser. And in this condense, yung steam na galing ng turbine, ibabalik niya po siya sa pagiging tubig. Okay? So, pag nabalik na po siya ng tubig from your extraction pump, extract na po yun doon, tapos balik niya sa water reservoir or hot well. Okay? So, from your water reservoir, um, kukuha naman po ulit yung pump natin and then dadalhin niya po ulit yung tubig papunta ng boiler. And si boiler, ibo-boil ulit, kikreate ng steam, pupunta sa turbine, pupunta condenser, hanggang sa ulit-ulit hanggang sa boiler. Are we good? Are we through? Nasundan po yung steam power plants na ito. Can you tap the action po if nakuha na? Okay, so let's try to ask some of our classmates on how they can explain it to us. So para po alam natin kung paano po ang pagkakaintindi ng iba nating classmates. So let's try to ask using our student selector, engineer Tita, Carol, Kathleen. After magamit ng turbine yung steam, pupunta sa condenser. Si condenser, ibabalik sa pagiging tubig yung steam na ginamit ng turbine, and then your extraction pump will get the water, then pupunta siya ng hot well or water reservoir, then yung water na ito, ibabalik ko sa boiler, and so with the cycle repeats itself. Okay, now let's move. So here are, sorry, cycles used to convert heat into work are called power cycles. So for your thermodynamics one, your working fluid there is gas. So it's called gas power cycles or air power cycles. So those are Otto cycle, Diesel cycle, and Brighton cycle. So ito po mga cycles ito po yung inaral natin sa thermodynamics. So the working fluid of that is gas. Okay, so in here, or in thermodynamics too, we are now having your vapor or steam as your working fluid. And we call this one vapor power cycle. And the perfect example of it is your Rankine cycle. And later, we'll be explaining to you how is this relevant in power generation. Okay, so kapag vapor power cycle, you focus on the Rankine cycle. Rankine, meron pa po itong under. Okay, so let's try to have now your proper chapter number 3. This is vapor power cycles. Your vapor power cycles is having your subcycles. You have your Carnot cycle, Rankine cycle, and the modified Rankine cycle. Okay? So you also have there your modified Rankine cycle. So meron po tayong tatlo. You have your heat Rankine cycle, regenerative Rankine cycle, and the combination of both, which is the heat regenerative Rankine cycle. Okay? So ito po ba mga ito is i-discuss natin? Yes. About this too? Yes din po. So focusing on your chapter number 3 is the Carnot cycle and the Rankine cycle. So yung Carnot cycle po natin, ito po ay isang cycle na ginagamit po as a perspective model for power generation but not suitable for power generation. Okay, so model lang siya, gamit siya as your prior understanding, pero hindi natin siya ginagamit totally sa industry. Okay, so ano po yung ba yung mga ginagamit natin? That is Rankine and this modified Rankine cycles. Okay, let's start first with your Carnot cycle. Okay, Carnot cycle. The Carnot cycle is the most efficient cycle operating between two temperature limits. So kapag ka po Carnot cycle, meron tayong temperature limits, which is your high temperature and your low temperature. Okay, so for example, ganito. So kapag po may limits tayo, high and low, Carnot cycle na po ito. Or there is a high chance or high probability that that is a Carnot cycle. Okay, so this is the one that I am talking about. It is natural to look at the Carnot cycle first as a prospective ideal cycle for paper power plants, but Carnot cycle is not suitable model for power cycles. Okay, so bakit po kaya ganito? So later, I'll be explaining to you why does your Carnot cycle is a prospective ideal model, but not model for power cycles. Okay, so let's try to have your PV and TS diagram in a Carnot cycle. So here it is. So you have your four processes here, namely 1 to 2 is isothermal expansion. So isothermal, the word isothermal, that is constant temperature. If that is constant temperature, ganito po yun. So this is my state 1. This is my state temperature, constant temperature. Therefore, that is isothermal. So paano naman po sir yung expansion? Expansion will reflect on your PV diagram. So from this point, expand. Ibig sabihin, bumaba si pressure and tumaas si volume. Okay? So bumaba po si pressure natin dito, but lumaki yung volume natin. Okay? Following that is your process 2 to 3. This is adiabatic expansion. If that is adiabatic, that is constant energy. Okay? Constant energy. So therefore, this is constant S or constant entropy, and that is um, adiabatic. Okay? Another term, this is expansion. So ibig sabihin, bumaba po ulit si pressure and lumaki po si volume. That is adiabatic expansion. Constant entropy, expansion. Okay? Following that, your process 3 to 4. This is another isothermal. Ay, sabi niyo, sir, this is isothermal, so constant temperature. So 3 to 4 is constant temperature. Now, this is the other one is expansion. Yung isa naman po is compression. So therefore, tataas na si pressure at bababa na si volume. Isothermal compression. Okay, now, for the fourth one, adiabatic compression. Constant entropy, and that is compression. We're now going back to your initial state. This is your Carnot cycle. Two process, but four process itself primarily. Okay, nakuha po yung Carnot cycle natin. Isothermal expansion, adiabatic expansion, isothermal compression, and adiabatic compression. Ulitin ko lang saglit. So you have your isothermal. Sir, ano po ba yung isothermal na sabi ninyo? So from our previous discussion, yung isothermal po natin is a straight line dito. That is your isothermal. Ano po yung isa nating isothermal? Ito din po. This is another isothermal. Constant temperature. Your temperature high and your temperature low. Sir, ano naman po yung sinasabi ng expansion and compression? So expansion po natin for isothermal happens here. Okay? Bumaba po si pressure and lumaki si volume. How about po yung compression? Ito, ganito naman po siya. This is 3 to 4. You're isothermal, but now you are compressing. Tumaas si pressure and bumaba si volume. Okay, for adiabatic, how about adiabatic? Adiabatic, constant entropy or constant S. S sub 1 is equals to S sub 4. While on this side, this is S sub 2 is equals to S sub 3. Okay, expansion again and compression. 2 to 3, expansion. 4 to 1, compression. Are we goods now with your Carnot cycle? Can you type 5 in your chat box if we're goods with your Carnot cycle? Eh, nalilito po. You can tap your reset button so para po maulit natin agad ito. Okay, that's good. Sana nasundan natin. Now, after knowing that this is the PV diagram and the TS diagram of a Carnot cycle, let's try to read it inside the dome. Okay, so this is it inside the dome. This is your TS diagram. This is TS diagram. For your TS diagram, ganito daw po ito. Okay, let me just zoom here. So for your process 1 to 2, okay, this is 1 to 2. Sabi natin this is isothermal. This happened in a boiler. Okay, sa boiler natin, sabi niyo sir, nagdadagdag tayo ng init. So, ang nangyari po dito is from liquid or saturated liquid to natin siyang saturated vapor. Okay, so sabi niyo sir, from your previous discussion, is your from here, kapag nag-touch sa dito sa line na ito, this is saturated liquid. While on the other side, kapag naman po tumama siya dito sa side na ito, yan, this is saturated vapor. Okay? So yung pong state point 1 natin and 2 is your pointer. From liquid, ginawa natin vapor. Okay? So next one, your 2 to 3. For your 2 to 3, this is your turbine. Okay, so for your turbine, this is your 2, this is your 3. From vapor, magiging wet mixture na tayo dito. Okay, that is your state number 3. Then, following that is your state number 3 to 4. So for your 3 to 4, sabi naman po natin dito, this happens in a condenser. Kung saan, binabalik po natin sa pagiging tubig yung steam na ginamit ng turbine. Okay? And last but not the least is that your condenser will be given the fluid papunta po sa compressor or pump, either of the two. Okay? So this is the working diagram of a Carnot cycle. Okay, let me read the description. The fluid is heated reversibly and isothermally in a boiler near process 1 to 2. expanded isentropically in a turbine or process 2 to 3, then condensed reversibly and isothermally in a condenser in process 3 to 4. And lastly, compressed isentropically by a compressor to the initial state which is process 4 to 1. So ganito po yung itsura niya. Okay? So are we good? Are we through? So same lang po ba siya sir dun sa kanina? Yes. Okay? This is your temperature high and this is your temperature low. Maliwanag po ba yung Carnot cycle natin inside the dome? Can you tap a reaction po? Malinaw siya. Okay, good. Now, let's try to discuss the impracticalities or the reason why this diagram is not used in power generation. Okay, let's try to have your number one. Okay, so these are the several impracticalities associated with the Carnot cycle. First one, heat transfer limitations. Isothermal heat transfer to or from two-phase system is not difficult to achieve in practice, since maintaining a constant pressure in the device automatically fixes the temperature at the saturation value. Okay, going back here, so yung Carnot cycle natin is limited to two temperatures only. So technically, medyo mahirap i-achieve na maging steam agad-agad. So it would take time to create it papunta pong vapor or steam. So that is one of the impracticalities that's associated with your Carnot cycle. Second one, this is that your turbine challenges during isentropic expansion. So the isentropic expansion process, which is process 2 to 3, can be approximated closely by a well-designed turbine. The turbine has to handle steam with low quality, that is, steam with high moisture content. The impingement of liquid drops on the turbine blades causes erosion and is a major source of wear. Hey, for us to better understand that, so medyo mahaba siya, let's just focus on this part. Sabi natin, dito daw po yan, this is for turbine. Okay. Pumasok po sa turbine natin is steam or vapor. Okay. Lalabas po siya as wet mixture. Ano ba yung sabihin ng wet mixture, sir? Magkahalo po yung steam at yung liquid natin. So kapag nangyari po yun, yung turbine po natin, kapag natatamaan yung blades natin ng steam, umiikot. Tapos, paano kapag nandito na siya sa point na ito? Okay? Yung steam po natin is may halo ng tubig. So anong tendency ng turbine natin? Yung turbine natin is madaling masisira or magkakaroon ng wear. So, kapag nasisira yung turbine, papalitan natin. So yung pag-generate ng electricity ng isang Carnot cycle is bababa yung efficiency. Kasi mabilis masira yung turbine, papapalitan po natin agad. Are you getting the point? Why is second or the second impracticality is relevant kung bakit hindi po natin ginagamit si Carnot cycle? Goods, ulitin ko lang. Yung turbine po natin may mga blades. So yung nagtutulak po ng blades natin is steam. Okay? If yung steam po natin is nagkakaroon na ng tubig or nagiging tubig na, mabilis masisira yung blades ng turbine natin. If nasira yung blades ng turbine natin, kailangan palitan yung turbine. So kapag papalit-palit tayo ng turbine, madaling masisira or hindi efficient yung ating cycle. So that is one of the impracticalities associated with your Carnot cycle. Gets, naintindihan na po ba yung second impracticality natin? That's good. How about your third impracticality? Okay, so for the third one, this is the difficulties in isentropic compression. The isentropic compression process, which is process 4 to 1, involves the compression of a liquid vapor mixture to a saturated liquid. It is not easy to control the condensation process so precisely as to end up with the desired quality at state number 4, and that is not practical to design a compressor that handles two-phase. Okay? So saan naman po nakafocus yung third yung practicality? So in easy terms, dito naman po tayo nakafocus sa compressor or pumps natin. Okay? So again, ito pong state 4 natin is wet mixture. And yung 1 po natin is saturated liquid. Okay? So yung condenser po natin lies on this point, 3 to 4. So kung sa condenser po natin, from wet mixture, naging wet mixture, that is a side chance na ang tatanggapin ng ating compressor or pump is wet mixture. Okay, kapag yung pump natin, kahit sa bahay, kapag yung pump natin ay nakakahigop ng tubig at ng steam, madaling masira. Tama po ba? Masisira yung pump natin agad-agad pag mainit na steam tapos maligamgam na tubig yung pumapasok, masisira yung buong pump. So, the tendency, again, is just like your turbine, kapag nasira, papalitan. So that is one of the that is the two reasons why your Carnot cycle is not really efficient or not suitable for power cycle or power generation. Goods with your Carnot cycle as well as its impracticalities, bakit hindi po natin siya ginagamit for power cycles. Pero model pa din po natin siya. Okay? Now, after knowing your Carnot cycle, sir, may calculation po ba ng Carnot cycle? Yes po, meron po. Pero i-discuss ko siya further after natin sa Rankine cycle. Kasi po, baka magkadalito-lito tayo pag nasa Rankine na tayo. Okay, would that be okay with everyone? Yes. Okay, about the others po kaya? Yeah, that's great. Now, let's move with your Rankine cycle. Okay, so yung Rankine cycle natin, this is the ideal cycle for vapor power cycles. So kung kanina po sa Carnot cycle natin, ganito, medyo mahirap siya i-maintain kasi po madaling masira yung mga components natin. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Medyo mahirap i-maintain yung mga turbine at pumps kasi madaling masira. Here, in our Rankine cycle, this is the ideal one. Kumbaga, ito yung ginagamit ng mga engineers or yung mga nagtatayo ng planta para masustain or makapag-generate ng electricity. So how does this Rankine cycle works? This is the diagram. So from this diagram, we may use or we may know what are the components that this Rankine cycle have. Okay, first one. Okay, sabi natin, kapag straight line sa isang TS diagram, ito, this is a straight line. Sorry. This is a straight line. Yan. Process 1 to 2, straight line. This is an isentropic compression. So this happens in a pump. Okay? Isentropic compression happens on your pump. Following this is your boiler. So from 2 to 3, this is for boiler. This is constant pressure heat addition in a boiler. Sir, bakit yan ay constant pressure? Eh, hindi po siya isang straight line. So, as said, from our previous discussion, in a TS diagram, sa isa pong TS diagram, kapag po constant pressure, hindi po siya straight line. So, gaya na sabi, for example, this is 16 megapascal, this is also 16 megapascal, and this is also 16 megapascal. Okay? Nakuha po ba yun? Even though this isn't a straight line, this is still a constant pressure because we are in an a TS diagram. Okay, following that, we now have your third and fourth state points. Okay, so 3 to 4. So this is 3 to 4. So this 3 to 4 happens now in a turbine. Okay? So sa turbine naman natin, this is isentropic constant entropy and happens in a turbine. Okay, following this is your 4 to 1. So your 4 to 1 is a constant pressure heat rejection and it's happening on a condenser. Okay? So kunwari, ang condenser natin dito is 75 kilopascal. So from this point, state 1, papunta to state 4, that is constant pressure. Okay, so those are what's happening on a Rankine cycle. Process 1 to 2, isentropic compression in a pump. Process 2 to 3, that is constant pressure heat addition in a boiler. Then 3 to 4, isentropic expansion in a turbine. And lastly, 4 to 1, constant pressure heat rejection in a condenser. That's nasunod po yung ating Rankine cycle na ito. Sir, can you try to explain it using diagram? Baka po mas madali namin maintindihan. So let's try to have this one. Okay? So sabi po natin, yun pong water natin is pupunta ng pump. Okay? Yung pump natin, ipapump yung tubig papuntang boiler. So sa boiler, may tubig dito. Okay? Ang sabi natin sa boiler, iboboil niya yung ating tubig hanggang sa maging steam. Okay? So kapag naging steam siya, pupunta na po siya sa turbine. And on your turbine, paputin ng ating steam yung mga blades. And after magamit ng turbine, yung steam, pupunta naman po siya sa ating condenser. So sa ating condenser, yan, sa ating condenser, yung steam, gagawin naman po ulit natin siyang tubig. And yung tubig is ibabalik po natin sa pump. And your pump will be now pumping your water papunta ng boiler. Okay, nasunod po yung ating diagram. Is it now clear with you? So this is also the reflection of your TS diagram. So fine, sir. Can you draw it here? So let's have your TS diagram. Okay, your TS diagram. Okay, one, two, three, four, and five. One, two, three, and four. So sabi po natin, yung pump po natin dito is this one. This is your pump. Okay? Then after, this is your boiler. This is your boiler. Then your 3 to 4, this is your turbine. And lastly, your 4 to 1, these are your condense. And is this now a very good example for you? Mas madali na po bang intindihan yung TS diagram natin? You have your pump, you have your boiler, you have your condenser. Is this now good for you? Mas malinaw na po ba yung diagram natin ito? Can you tap a reaction pa if nakuha po itong diagram na ito? It's good. Now, after knowing your diagram, as well as this diagram here, yung may picture ng ating components, you can now have your formulas to use. So ano po ba yung mga formula to use in our Rankine cycle? You have your first one, the energy analysis of the ideal Rankine cycle. Okay, the steady flow energy equation per unit mass of steam reduces to your Q in minus Q out plus work in minus work out is equals to H sub I. Sir, how can we have the formulas for this? Okay, so let's try to have each component. Ano po ba yung component na paulit-ulit niyo na pong sinasabi, sir? You have your components such as pumps, boilers, turbines, and your condenser. So, meron po mga formula yung bawat isang component na ito. So, let's try to have your first one, which is your pump. Okay, this happened here. This is about your pumps. Okay, for your pumps, do you have your heat added or heat rejected on pumps? Wala po. Pero, meron po akong work ng pump. So, for the work of pump, how can you compute for it? So, looking back here, so ano po bang mas mataas dito? Si 2 or si 1? Sir, mas mataas po si 2 kaysa kay 1. So, for me to easily write my formula, I can try to write it as h sub 2 minus h sub 1. And that is your work of pump. Okay, you have another formula for work of pump, which is work of pump is equals to V for specific volume multiplied to P2 minus P1. And both of these formulas are patterned for pump. Okay? Gets po tayo with your pump. Now, let's move with your boiler. Okay? Yung boiler naman po natin is happening here. Okay? This is for boiler. Ano po bang ginagawa ng boiler natin? So, ang ginagawa po ng boiler natin is nag-iinit ng water or ng fluid. So, therefore, meron tayong Q. That is Q sub in. Ano pong mas mataas? Si 3 po ba or si 2? Sir, mas mataas yung 3 kesa kay 2. So, therefore, H sub 3 minus H sub 2. Okay? So, does your boiler work? Hindi po. Nag-iinit lang po siya. So, therefore, your work is simply 0. Okay? Right after. After your boiler, you have now your turbine. So, saan po ba naman ang turbine? Ito naman po ang turbine natin. Okay, so for your turbine, does it have heat? Nag-heat ba tayo dito? Wala po. So, your Q is simply 0. Your turbine is simply working. Kasi po, nag-generate po siya ng electricity. So, to get the formula for the work of your turbine, you simply look on your diagram. Ano po mas mataas sa pwesto? Si 3 po ba or si 4? Mas mataas sir si 3. So therefore, your formula for the work of turbine is H sub 3 minus H sub 4. Let's nasunod po yung turbine po natin kung bakit po 3 at 4 or H3 minus H4. Now, moving with your last component. This is your um, condenser. So condenser, dito naman titingin. Okay? Condenser, does this heat or having heat? Yes, sir. Ibig sabihin po nito, sa condenser po, pinapalamig po natin yung fluid. So meron po tayo itong heat rejection. That is heat going out of your system. 4, ano pong mas mataas sa bilang? 1 or 4? Sir, pantay lang yan. So ano pong pagbabasehan ko? Magbilang po tayo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anong mas mataas? 4. So therefore, H of 4 minus H 1. And that is your heat going out on your system. Does your condenser work? Hindi po. So therefore, you have zero work on your condenser. Gets, nakuha po yung apat natin na components, your pumps, boilers, turbines, and condensers. Diba? So let's try. Sir, can you write it on a clean sheet para po mas madali namin siya matandaan? Sige po. Okay, so let's try to have it here. This is my TS diagram. Okay, for my TS diagram, let me try to write it here. My process 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so yan po yung 1, 2, 3, 4, yung pong ating components. Okay, so sabi natin, ang pumps po natin is dito, ay dito, turbine po is dito, at dito naman po ang condenser. So let's try to find the formulas for pump. Ang pag-heat on and to calculate for the pump, alin mas mataas, si 2 or si 1? Mas mataas po 0 minus H sub 1. And you must take note that also another formula for the work of pump. That is W sub P is minus P1. And that is your don't have heat, but you have your work. Okay, following this, you have now your boiler. And for your boiler, do you have your heat here? Yes, sir. Meron po. Meron po tayong dinadagdag na heat sa boiler kasi pinapainit natin yung fluid. So, to calculate for your heat going in, ano pong gagamitin natin? Boiler. Anong mas mataas sa boiler? 3 or 2? Sir, mas mataas yung 3. Therefore, your formula here is simply H sub 3 minus H sub 2. Okay? About work of your boiler. Do you have work for your boiler? Wala po. Okay? Now, after your boiler, saan naman pupunta? Punta naman po tayo sa turbine. Okay, for your turbine, this is the work of, sorry, do you add heat on your turbine? Wala po, sir. Ang ginagawa po kasi ng turbine is nagtatrabaho. So si Q is simply zero. When the work of your turbine is simply na mas mataas, si 3 or si 4. Mas mataas, sir, si 3. Therefore, h sub 3 minus h sub 4. Okay, last but not the least. Now, we're now down to your last component. This is your condenser. So for your condenser, do you add heat here? Yes. Nagdi-reject nga lang po kami ng heat dito. So that is heat going out on your system. So for your condenser, you have there your, ano mas mataas sa bilang? 1 or 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Mas mataas si 4, so therefore, h sub 4 is h sub 1. And does your condenser work? Hindi po. So therefore, work is simply 0. So those are the formulas that you must consider in solving for your Rankine cycle. Pumps, boilers, turbines, and condensers. Is this now clear with everyone? With all of the components used? Can you tap a reaction if mas malino na po siya ngayon? Okay, that's good. So if you can write clearly the diagram of a Rankine cycle, you can easily identify the formulas that you work of pump, heat going inside, work of your turbine, and heat going outside of your system. Okay? So kung si pump is papasok yung work, si turbine palabas yung work. Okay? Kung si boiler, papasok yung heat, si condenser palabas yung heat. Okay? Now, after knowing that this is your diagram as well as the formulas, let's now have your thermal efficiencies. Okay? For your thermal efficiency, you have your two specific formulas. You have your N sub TH or thermal efficiency is equals to work net over Q in. Okay? And or your thermal efficiency can be calculated as 1 minus Q out over Q in. So let's prove the same po yung makukuha nating sagot if we use this same formula. Okay, for work net. You have your formula for work net which is uh, Q in minus Q out. Okay, let's try to substitute. Thermal efficiency is equals to Q in minus Q out divided by Q in. So let me try to distribute your Q in on your denominator. Thermal efficiency Q in over Q in minus Q out over Q in. Q in over Q in, that is 1. So therefore, thermal efficiency is equals to 1 minus Q out over in it. This, so then this formula will give you the result as same um, value. Is this now good for everyone, the thermal efficiency? Can you tap adoption if we're clear with these formulas? Okay, great. Now, let's try to have your sample problem involving the ideal Rankine cycle. Okay, so consider a steam power plant operating on the simple ideal Rankine cycle. Steam enters the turbine at 3 megapascal and 350 degrees Celsius and is condensed in the condenser at a pressure of 75 kilopascal. Determine the thermal efficiency of this cycle. Okay, so copy the problem and let's try to solve this 25. Ito, so I'll give you at least 1 minute to copy the problem. So sabay-sabay po natin siyang sagutan. Also have with you your Steam table. Okay, thank you. Okay, so now let's start solving your sample problem. So here in thermodynamics, I am requiring everyone to have to have your solution in this format. Okay, so please have your summarization, assumption, and analysis. Ano po ba yung ginagawa sa summarization? We just summarize the problem itself. Okay, yung given problem, isa-summarize lang natin. Kunwari, dito sa problem po, sorry, a steam power plant operating on a simple Rankine cycle. Thermal efficiency is to be determined. Okay, sinabi lang natin, steam power plant is in a Rankine cycle. Tapos, pinapahanap to po sa cycle efficiency or thermal efficiency. Okay, then for assumptions, at least two assumptions are required for every problem. So ano po ba yung pwede nating i-assume? We can assume that this is steady flow or steady flow operations, or you can also try to assume that is having or this problem neglects kinetic energy and potential energy. Kasi wala namang ibinigay sa atin na potential and kinetic energy. Okay? So pwede na po yun. At least two on your assumptions. And then for analysis, you just draw the diagram for your reference. Okay? Then following that analysis is your solution proper. So let's try to have this. So let me read again the problem. So consider a steam power plant operating on the simple ideal Rankine cycle. Steam enters the turbine at 3 megapascal and 350 degrees Celsius and is condensed in the condenser at a pressure of 75 kilopascal. Determine the thermal efficiency of the cycle. Okay, so let's try to do the summarization. Sabi po sa atin is a steam power plant operates in a Rankine cycle. Okay, then thermal efficiency is to be determined. That's it. Yan na lang po yung summarization. You just summarize your given problem. Then for your assumptions, let's have your two assumptions. First one is steady flow operation. Okay, that means if you're going to multiply your mass, you should multiply it in all or sa lahat. Or you should use it in sa lahat din. Second one, since we don't have your given kinetic and potential energy, you can just simply neglect it. Kinetic and potential energy are negligible. Negligible. There, you have now your assumptions. Okay po? So that is your summarization and then assumptions. Now, for your analysis. For our analysis, let's try to go back here on your previous slide. Dito ko na po i-drawing yung ating TS diagram. Okay, this is my TS diagram. I'm drawing it here. So I have my state point 1, state point 2, state point 3, state point 4. So straight line. Ulit. So bakit ganyan po yung drawing yung diagram? Eh di ba po yun pong Rankine cycle lang? And this problem is also a Rankine cycle. So common po yung Rankine those points is on that point. Okay? So let's try to have your TS diagram here. Okay? So ngayon, let's try to digest everything in this given problem. Okay, steam enters the turbine. Saan po ba yung entrance ng turbine? Sa state number 3. Bakit po doon? Based po sa ating discussion earlier, ang turbine po natin is dito, 3 to 4. That means At then, the turbine is dito po sa trim na ito. Megawatts, therefore, 3 what natin here is pressure or its line is constant pressure, meaning 3 megapascal po ito and 3 megapascal po ito. Okay? Then, your temperature na po 50 degrees Celsius. That is your temperature. Now, and is condensed, condensed, condenser. Sir natin. So, dito po sa 1 to 4 or 4 to 1. So, you have the given pressure of 75 kilopascal. And that is all of your given. Then, let's try our temperature is given by 350 degrees Celsius. And another pressure which is given by 75 kilopascal. May kilopascal ba tayo sa steam table? So let's try to convert this one, sorry, to 0.07 Pascal. Goods? Tama po ba? 75 kilopascal could be converted to megapascal and that is 0.075 megapascal. Okay, now, upon drawing your diagram, you have now identified all of your givens. Okay? So from our discussion, sabi po natin, constant pressure po sa boiler. So ibig sabihin, yung 3 megapascal po natin na nandito is equal po hanggang dito. So therefore, your P2 is equals to your P3. Okay? Then your turbine. Sabi natin sa turbine, that is your state point number 3. So therefore, this is your T3. Okay? And then your P1 and P4 is having the same pressure because it is part of your condenser. This P1 is equals to your P4. Your problem is having 5 givens, even though tatlang ibinigay. Okay? P3, P4, and your T3. Look at how we could draw the diagram. Can you tap at action if nakuha po? Wait, how about the others po? Nasusunod po ba? So if you have questions, you can interrupt me. Para questions, tap your raise hand button. Okay? Now, after writing all of our givens, we can now proceed in our sir, paano po yan? Paano po ba magsisimula ng solution dito? Okay. So, you should start with your state point number 1. What do we know with your statement number 1? Alam po natin na ang P1 po, based on our diagram, is 0.075 megapascal. Tama po ba? Yan po ba yung P1 natin based on our given? Yes po, sir. Based po dito, ang P1 po natin or state 1 po natin is 75 kilopascal or if you convert it to megapascal, 0.075 megapascal. Okay, remember, pagka po nandito tayo sa line na ito, we do assume that that is saturated liquid. Okay? So yung assumption po natin lagi, kapag state number 1, pagpapasok ng pump, that is unsaturated liquid. So ang hahanapin nating value dito is yung may subscripts na F. Okay? So since we have your given pressure here, sa ang table titingin, hahanapin na. So your your V sub F. Okay? Using your steam table, can you look for the value of 0.075? Engineer Tin, Chris, Gerard, what would be your end of V and your specific volume?
Our entropy po is 1.2130 kilojoules per kilogram. Our enthalpy po is 384.39 kilojoule per kilogram. Yun pala po sa entropy, kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin.
Okay, how about your specific volume po? Engineer din yung kung ating specific volume
Our specific volume
with
po
your
is
0.075 megapascal.
1.0373 times 10 raised to negative 3 meter cube per kilogram.
Okay, that's good. So since we have now your enthalpy, we can now move forward. Sir, okay lang po ba na hindi nakuha lahat ng properties? Yes, yung mahalaga na lang po. So ang mahalaga lang po natin sa state point number one is your enthalpy and your specific volume. Okay, since this is saturated liquid, you can now have your H sub F as your H sub 1. Okay, so nakuha na natin. So let me box this one para meron may tanda. Okay, so that is your state point number one. So kapag nakuha natin sa enthalpy, we can now proceed with your second state or sa sunod na state. At state point number 2. On state point number 2, saan po ba natin siya nakikita? Okay. Based on our diagram, saan po natin nakikita? Na ito, ano po ang tawag natin dyan? Subcooled region. Sir, wala naman po kayong tinuro pang subcooled region. Ay, paano po ito? So, for us to have that calculations, we must have or we must know na mayroon po tayong ibang ways on how we can get the enthalpy. So, paano po yun, sir? Okay, at statement number 2. Sabi natin, ang pressure po natin dito is 3 megapascal. Alam po natin na ito ay subcooled. So for us to have your enthalpy 2, we must remember that your pump is in terms of your state point 1 and 2. So we can try to use pump is equals to H sub 2 minus H sub 1. You have your H sub 1? Yes po. How about work of pump? Sir, wala po. Wala din po akong H sub 2. So paano ko po kukain sa H sub 2? So do remember that you have your work of pump another formula. That is volume times P2 minus P1. Nasundan pa. Yun po yung dalawang formula na inaral natin kanina. Okay, now, do you have your volume? Yes, sir. From your state number 1, meron po. Do you have my pressure? Yes po, meron din po. About your P1, meron din po. Please do take note that your pressure, if you're going to calculate it, you use it in kilopascal. Okay, so let's try to solve your work of pump. That is 1.0373 times 10 raised to negative 3 cubic meter per kilogram multiplied to your P sub 2. That is 3 megapascal or 3,000 kilopascal minus 75 kilopascal. What would be your what would be your work of pump? Here's Nicole de la Cruz. What would be your work of pump?
Wait lang po, sir.
Sa steam natin is megapascal. Use kilopascal in your calculation. Okay po? So what would be your work of pump?
Sir, 3.0341025 po, meter cube.
Here, okay? Pero paano po yung naging kilojoules? Cubic meter multiplied to kilopascal is equal kilojoules. Eh, yung cubic meter po natin is with kilogram. So therefore, that would be kilojoules per kilogram as its unit. Gets? So that we solve for your enthalpy too. Yes, sir. By manipulation, I can try to solve my work by enthalpy too. So H sub 2 is equals to work of pump plus H sub 1. So transpose nyo lang to sa kabila. And you'll be getting your enthalpy 2. What would be the value of your enthalpy 2? Let's try to ask engineer. What would be your enthalpy 2? So ito yung enthalpy 1 at 384.39 kilojoules per kilogram. Then work of pump is stated here. So what would be your enthalpy? Engineer Samantha, you here?
Yes po, sir. 387.4241,025 kilojoule per kilogram po.
Okay, that's good. So that is your enthalpy. So after getting your enthalpy 2, you can proceed on to your next enthalpy or next state point. So okay na po tayo with your enthalpy 2. So now let's proceed with your state point number 3. Nasusundan pa po ba? State point number 2. And now we're down to your state point number 3. State point number 3. At state point number 3, ano naman po ba yung given natin dito? So let's try to look again on your look again on your diagram. This is your state number 3. And sabi natin you have your 350 degrees Celsius and your 3 megapascal. Let's try to write it here. Pressure 3 megapascal. Temperature 3 said to be 350 degrees Celsius. Sir, based on my diagram, sabi po dito is nasa superheated vapor region po sila or superheated vapor region. Sir, ano po yun? Didiretso na po ba ako ng table 3? Bago po kayo magdiretso ng table number 3, you must confirm if tama pong nasa superheated vapor. So let's try to confirm it first. Okay? So you have their given pressure and temperature. Saan po titingin? You look on your temperature and look for your... Oh, what would be your T-set here if this is 3 megapascal? Let's try to ask Torano, Alexis. Dear Torano, Alexis, what is your T-set here?
233.9 degrees Celsius.
90 degrees Celsius. That's good. So upon getting your T-SAT and comparing it with your given temperature, mas mataas po ba si T3 kaysa kay T-SAT? Yes, sir. Mas mataas pa yung 350. So if that's the case, your T3 is greater than your T-SAT. Therefore, it is confirmed that this is superheated vapor. Okay, that is your superheated vapor. So if that's the case, you proceed with your table number 3. Okay, so on your table number 3, meron po bang exact 3 megapascal and exactly 350 degrees Celsius? Okay, let's try to ask engineer Brent Garcia. Meron po ba tayong exactly 3 megapascal and 350 degrees Celsius?
Sir,
Kindly get the value of your enthalpy 3 and your S sub 3.
sir, wait lang po.
Sige pa.
Sir, ang value po ng enthalpy is
Enthalpy is
3,115.3 po.
unit is kilojoules per kilogram.
Yes po.
Okay,
Tapos,
how about your entropy?
enthalpy po is 6.7428 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin po.
Before, we can proceed to your next state point. Sir, what is the essence of getting your S sub 3? Okay, so let's try to look po sa ating sa ating diagram. So upon observing, mapapansin nyo, yung thing po natin at 4 is a straight line. So that means this is S sub 3 plus equals to your S sub 4. Sir, ganun din po dito sa kabila. Pwede din po ba yun? Yes, pwede din po. So that is S sub 2 is equals to your S sub 1. And again, nasa subcooled po ito and I haven't taught you kung paano po pumunta sa subcooled table. So, you can simply use the work of pump. Pero sa turbine natin, pwede po natin gamitin yung relationship na to. Kasi tinuro ng sir kung paano ba maghanap ng value na ganito. Okay po? Now, let's try to continue our solution. Okay, after getting your enthalpy number 3, now we can proceed with your state number 4 or state point number 4. At state point number 4, we do know your given here is 0.075 megapascal. Okay, sabi din natin kanina, S of 4 is equals to your S of 3. The value of this one is 6.075. 7428 kilojoules per kilogram Kelvin. Okay, nakuha po ba kung saan natin kinuha sa SL4? Can you tap your reaction pa if nasusundan pa? Okay, that's good. Now, going back here. Sir, assumption nyo lang po ba na nandun po sa loob yung wet mixture natin or yung state point 4 po natin is nasa wet mixture? Yes, that is just my assumption. So how can we confirm if that is really a wet mixture? So let's try to have it here. Okay, so para ma-confirm natin if wet mixture pa talaga siya. So let's try to look at our given. This is another pressure. So look at your table number 2. Okay, on your table number 2, look for the value of your entropy. Kasi po entropy ito. S sub F, S sub Fg, and S sub G. Okay? So ngayon, let's try to ask engineer Onate, Joseph, can you give us the value of your S sub F, S sub Fg, and S sub G from your steam table?
Wait lang po, sir.
And you look for the value and then dictate to us para po compare natin yung ating given value.
For S sub F po, 1.2130 kilojoule per kilogram Kelvin. Is for S sub F po is 2434. For S sub G naman po is 7.4564.
Okay, that's good. Nakita po ba ito sa steam table? So after knowing your value from your steam table, specifically for 0.075 megapascal at table 2, we can now compare your S sub given. Okay? So from your given, this is 6.7 between SF and SG. Yes po, sir. So therefore, you can conclude that your SF or S4 is greater than your SF but less than your SG, and therefore we can conclude that this is wet mixture. Diba? So kapag na-compute natin that this is wet mixture, we should calculate for your quality. And how do you calculate for your quality? That is X is equals to S sub 4 minus S sub F over S. What would be your quality? Let's try to ask engineer. Shane go. Shane. Your Shane, what would be your quality?
Wait,
Sige pa. You have your SF4, your SFG, and SF only from your table and given. Sure. Quality here would be
0.88 times 7, 0330,
57.
03.
That's good. So you okay. Thank you. 033027. That's good. Thank you, engineer. Now, after getting your quality, you can now proceed in getting your rental fee. So to get for your rental fee or HL4, you can simply use HL plus X times HFG. What would be the value of your HL4? Can you try to use your calculator here? Joyla Mendoza, can you try to compute for your
Wait lang po, sir.
given the quality that we have already computed?
So, 2,402.553546 po.
Unit is kilojoules per kilogram. Are we having the same value for your enthalpy 4? Engineers, can you tap a reaction? Okay, good. So ngayon, nakuha na natin lahat ng enthalpies natin. So ano naman po ba yung sunod natin gagawin? Okay, so you have your enthalpy 1, enthalpy 2, enthalpy 3, and then enthalpy 4. Your thermal efficiency. So thermal efficiency is equals to uh, work net over Q in, or is equals to 1 minus Q out over Q in. Sir, pwede ko po ba siyang i-substitute na? Yes. Let's try to have first your Q in. Okay, paano po yung Q in natin? Okay, for your Q in, ano po yung formula natin for Q in? So saan po ba nangyari yung Q in natin? Sabi niyo po sir, nangyari po siya sa boiler. Okay, so ano po ba yung nasa boiler natin? So that is 3 for Q in, you simply use your H sub 3 minus H sub out. Let me try to write here. Your Q out. That is H sub 4 minus H sub 1. Saan po ba naman ito tinitingnan? Condenser po. Dito na sa baba. Okay. So what would be your Q sub n based on and your Q sub n? Let's try to ask engineer Casimero for your Q sub in. And then for uh, Q sub out, engineer Medelia. Generate. You there, both of you?
Dito po, sir.
Sige pa. So try to compute po. Then, sabihin niyo po kapag na-compute niyo na. Okay po, engineer Casimero, what is your Q sub in?
Ang Q sub n po ay 2727.875898.
Unit is kilojoules per kilogram. Okay. How about po engineer for your Q sub?
Sir, ang Q out po ay 2018.163546 kilojoule per kilogram po.
Mag-ulit. 2018.1635
46 po.
46. Tama po ba? 163.546 kilojoules per kilogram. Now, upon knowing your Q in and Q out, you can now use this formula. What would be your thermal efficiency? Okay, let's try to ask the last one for engineer Guico. Alston.
Wait lang po, sir.
Sige po.
Sir, ang nakuha ko pong thermal efficiency ay 0.260170325.
Oh, sige. Let's try to multiply this by 100 para percent po yung sagot natin. Yan. Multiply it by 100, so what would be your thermal efficiency?
26.017032225 po.
Percent. That is your final answer. Okay po. So, done na lang po magsagot ng Rankine cycle. So, you must first establish all of your enthalpies. Then, you proceed in answering the questions which is addressed by the problem. Are we good? So, are we through? So, matrabaho lang po maghanap ng enthalpy. But, if you have regularly practicing, madali na po siya. Kasi paulit-ulit lang yung pagkuha. Okay? Nakakalito lang sa paghanap sa table. Are we good? So, are we through? If wala po, you can tap a reaction. If meron po, you can tap your raise hand button. So, the additional formulas as well as the other one, which is the actual Rankine cycle analysis. Okay, so kailan po ninyo uh, after discussing the actual Rankine cycle? Okay, so if wala na pong questions, so I'll stop sharing my screen and so my rest online attendance. Then in